Hey everyone, this is a long video. I found all this footage from summer 2020 that I never put together and uploaded anywhere, so I decided to throw it all into one video. It'll just give you a little look at what my container garden was like last summer. Then we'll be able to compare it to summer 2021, which I am looking forward to. I hope you enjoy. Okay, I'm calling this day one of the outdoor container garden, Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. Peppers in there. Tomato plants in here. And I'm going to split this out into 2 buckets in a couple days. What you say? Harvest. No, sorry. Ignore my husband. Candy cane peppers in there. I'm excited to try that. Never had them before. This is mint. More peppers in there. We really like peppers around here. Rosemary, cayenne peppers, basil, thyme, jalapeno peppers, and poblano. And I believe this bucket is a mixture of jalapeno and the cayenne because I had extra. Then over here we have some pretty flowers.
When is your greenhouse getting here?
By the end of the week. So I put this little greenhouse up a couple of months ago, and as my things actually start to bear fruit over there, I want to be able to put it in here out of the way of rabbits and such. Right now it's just sitting over grass, which has been becoming long and is just not the best option for a greenhouse. So I decided I just want to mulch the bottom. I just finished trimming what you can't see down here, which are the shelves. So I'm just going to mulch all of this. But first, I'm going to put a layer of cardboard down just to ensure that no weeds or grass come through. Stay tuned for the finished product. I want to add some of these plants I'm trying to save, like this little guy. Some of these ones in smaller pots because they weren't doing so hot. But that's Serrano. This is Serrano. I'm going to see if we can save them. Hey y'all, I am outside. I mentioned before about being happy that the house next door is finally finished. It's beautiful. And now there's grass going all the way down, which just improves my view so much. I hated that dirt pit. But we're out here to talk about my outdoor garden. Here's a look at our yard. At least how it's going to look for the next couple of weeks until our patio extension is done. So in the garden, which is all in containers, because I knew we'd be making some yard changes and I didn't want to do anything permanent. Have my little greenhouse over there, which right now is just being used for storage since everything's sitting outside. Over here we have some rosemary and mint. Over here we have some flowers. My lilies have come and gone already. Down here in these little pots we have garlic. In the back, that's just some extra hostas that I'm holding on to put somewhere. And over here I have a ton of peppers and tomatoes. So in no particular order, I have cayenne peppers, poblano peppers, super chili peppers. What else am I forgetting to name? Oh, a candy cane pepper here. This is actually tomatillos. I said poblano, jalapeno. Look, there's a tomatillo coming right there. And you see these? They're so cool. In these containers are my Roma tomatoes. They're just starting to flower, so hopefully we'll see something there soon. Up here I have thyme and lemon balm. Down here is a Cubanelle peppers. You can see one over there. Another small one there. On this side, more jalapenos. Have an onion hiding in there with it. And yeah, so that's what I have outside. Like I said, didn't want to do too much or anything too permanent until we get our yard together. So next summer is on. So this is my whole open yard standing in the back left corner. It's my little greenhouse that I bought this year. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I guess that counts as a splurge. This is where we put the bird feeders and bird bath this past weekend, and they are going nuts over it. And we pan around this way. That's where the patio extension is going to go. We used to have a gazebo there. It blew down in the winter, so we are going to go ahead and put the patio there. You can see that rabbit over there causing mischief, and I'm surprised he has not run away yet since I'm out here and so close. And back up again. So that's the existing patio. We're also getting a bit of an extension on this side, and that's all my plants and stuff. So see, all the way across you see all the neighbors' yards, because none of us on this side have fences yet. I don't mind so much, but I also don't like it. These people just closed on their house yesterday. For 3.5 years there was no house here, so it's going to take some getting used to. Oh, and all of the barbecue grills and smokers, which I'm making my husband move out of the way. We've been waiting for them to get started on our patio extension, and they just started yesterday. So there'll be an extension here, and there'll be an extension here. And they trampled the grass with their bobcat yesterday, but that's okay, it'll come back. But we are excited, we can't wait. But because I knew this was coming, everything I've done this year in terms of outdoor gardening is in a easily movable container. So over here we have my Roma tomatoes. And if we get in close, we can see some of these beauties. There's one, there's two. There's a lot on these plants. And unfortunately, oh, look at that one, that was huge. Unfortunately, I have had to get rid of a few because of blossom end rot. But I think I got that under control. And I'm excited about that because we love Roma tomatoes. So having some of our own will be awesome. Over here, my two newest plants that I call it rescued them from the clearance section of Home Depot like a week ago. A hot banana and red bill. The fun part about buying nursery plants from stores is you never know if they're actually labeled right until they start growing stuff. This is an extremely healthy looking poblano that I'm waiting for it to produce more fruits. I think I got a couple off there before. And we have some new flowers popping up, so there should be some soon. There's some mint, there's some rosemary. Always put mint in a container, otherwise it will take over everything. There's thyme and lemon balm. It's been so hot here that you can see some of these plants look kind of worn. I have to water every day because it's been so hot and because they are in containers, so the water goes fast. Over here, something else I'm very excited about. Tomatillos. Look how beautiful and big these first two are. And then the last one looks completely different, but it's still producing and it still has flowers. It must just be missing something that I need to figure out. But let's get in close down here. Look at that. That is where the tomatillo is going to be. If you squeeze lightly, you can feel the little fruit inside, but it won't be ready until it's bigger and it just about busts through the husk. Okay, so that's all the stuff sitting on the patio for now, which again, I move it all around because sometimes I stick it all in the greenhouse. For example, when it's raining a lot. I believe that's what caused my blossom end rot in the tomatoes. Was we had like 4 days in a row of bad storms recently, and they got too much water, which means all the nutrients basically drained from the soil. So let's go in the little greenhouse. Here we have my super chilies. This is my other prize winning pepper plant. This thing is just producing like crazy. You can see it's not that big, but it has a ton of peppers on it, and quite a few of them are turning red now. So I'll be harvesting some of these soon. And just a note, you'll notice in all my pepper plants I have random onions stuck up everywhere. And honestly, I don't care if the onions grow and develop. They are there to ward off pests. Next to that, another one I'm excited about. Candy cane pepper. Can you see that? Look at the striations, the lines. Those are going to be so pretty, especially if they end up like the picture. Here we have, I believe, Serranos. This is for now 3 plants in this bag because, believe it or not, these were clippings that I needed to save, and so I stuck them all in here until they were established. I may end up moving them. I might just leave them. Don't know. Over here we have 2 different cubanelles. I've gotten some off here before, and now there are new ones starting. A lot of my pepper plants are producing. A couple of them are not. They were, but being a new gardener and trying new things, I believe I burned them by spraying a neem oil solution on while it was too hot and then not completely rinsing it off. So you can see this plant here, how scrawny it looks, doesn't have many leaves, has no fruit. I took the fruit off. New leaves are growing, but all of the bad leaves that were on there I had to take off to let it recover. Back here we have Thai dragon, which is growing like crazy and producing a ton of peppers, and I'm looking forward to when they start turning. Here we have another poblano. Look, there's a pretty big one right there. Can you see that? But I'm waiting for it to get bigger. This is another Home Depot rescue, Bonnie Green, and I think I saw, yeah, it already had a flower. This is not gonna make it. See, sometimes you might see these flowers like this where they're yellowed and then you touch it and it just falls off. Those are not going to make it, which is normal when it's this hot. Some of them will give up and fall off. Some will make it. I might have to give that plant a little love. That's the other thing with nursery plants. You have no idea what they've been through. Here we have several jalapenos that are growing. Some of them are shaped funny. But I think that might be a little blossom end right on my pepper. I have to watch that. Take it off if so. Here we have, what are you? Cayenne long hot, I believe. I think I have 1, 2, 3 of those. Long slim, Cayenne long slim. And back here, I honestly don't know what this is. I'm wondering if something cross-pollinated, because it's long and it's shaped like a Cayenne long slim, but it's really dark. I might have to post that on Facebook and see if anyone can tell me what it is. It is highly possible that I bought a plant and lost the sign and just don't remember what it was. More Serrano coming here, and more jalapeno down there. This is a pinto bean experiment. I took a bean out of the cabinet, soaked it, and planted it, and this is what's happening. So I'm going to need to put that in a big pot very soon, or I might move it to hydroponics. I'm not sure. Mystery plant. Yep. We'll see what you are once it starts with some peppers. Another mystery plant, I think. I actually did know what this was, but I forgot. And then from here back, you'll see tomato plant. Uh-oh, that one has yellow leaves. I must check on that. We have tomato plants back here, which were all clippings from my existing tomato plants. And this one right here, look at this. This thing is growing very well, so it will be moved to a big pot very, very soon. So as you can see, for now, basically, I'm focusing. Oh, I forgot 2 things. I'm sorry. Okay, this is the other poblano, which this one has recovered beautifully. It looked like the other one that I showed you that had just about no leaves on it because I had to take them all off. Now it's growing a ton of beautiful new leaves. That is a flower there. This might be a pepper coming here. And so I think it's going to be just fine. Then next to that, this is a cucumber in a hydro setup. So just like I explained the cracky jars before, this is a giant one. And if I lift this up, you'll see tiny little roots that are reaching down into the water. And as they get longer, then that means I lower the water level, or let the water level lower itself, and I won't have to fill it up as much. Okay? Now, so that's everything I have outside. Nope, I'm lied again. Garlic. Lots of garlic in here. Some doing great, some not so hot. The ones that are not so hot were moved from smaller pots. And again, some of these I didn't really care if they made it. They're around to ward off pests. But some of these are doing really well, and I'm hoping I actually do get some garlic out of them. But garlic takes a long time, like 9 months I've heard. So if not, no big deal. This is sweet potato slips growing out of a piece of sweet potato from my kitchen. So if you're not familiar with how sweet potatoes grow, and I just learned this myself not too long ago, you don't just put a sweet potato in the ground with eyes on it and hope that it grows potatoes like you do with a white potato. You have to grow these slips first. And when they get of age, so to speak, you break those off of the potato and you plant those separately, and that's where the sweet potatoes come from. So I need to do a little more research to see how I know when they're ready, because these look a little greener than what I've seen on the internet. They look like they had mostly woody stems. So yeah, I'll have to check that out. So that's my little greenhouse. That's my outdoor garden for now. Next year, once this patio is done and I can actually do something a little more permanent, then I'll be expanding all this. I'll put links to the greenhouse because some people have asked me about it, and other things that I'm using in the comments. Thank y'all for watching. Ta-ta.